Hello everyone, my name is Comrade.
And this is Bajoshi.
Today we're doing the Two Kinds podcast. First episode. We have prepared a few things today to talk about, but we haven't we don't feel that comfortable about live streaming yet, so therefore it will be a video. Now,
Alright.
Bajoshi, you wanna kick off with the first subject?
Alright, yes. So, you should all know Catherine and that she is infertile. And this is because she's a hybrid between canines and felines. And,
Yes.
of course, she cannot have children. However, in the real world, over here, the disgusting real world, um,
Exactly.
there is ways of people who are infertile to get children, like adoption, you know?
Mm. I mean, there could of course be adoption, that can be an option, of course, but I still think I don't think there's gonna be she's gonna get one. To be quite fair, at least not in the comic.
I mean, probably not, but it would be interesting, you know?
Yeah, it would be interesting, of course. It would be actually. It could also be nice to get a little side comic with her backstory. I haven't. I don't know if that's made yet because I haven't, of course. I'm not done with the side comics yet, but
No, sadly not. No
oof.
backstory yet.
Yeah. That could, like, I know we have got a backstory for her, but a in-depth story could be really, really nice and cool because she's an interesting character.
Yup.
Is there anything more about her you have?
Um, let's see, I don't think so.
Well, let's go on to the next.
Yeah. So, Rain.
Yeah.
She can transform between a human and Kydron form.
But
I
yeah,
mean, at least if she tries to.
yeah, yeah,
Not
yeah.
very
She's definitely
successful.
exactly.
But my question is, how does she age? Because I know in her human form she ages like a normal human because that was established in the backstory part. But if she's in Kydron form, does she age like a human or a Kydron?
Well, if we go by, as you said, I haven't read the side comics, but if we go from what you just said, that when she's in human form, she is aging a normal like a normal human, then it should also go like that in the other form.
It is in. Well,
But then again, it could also just be that, like, okay, if we take it like this, she was or when she came out, she was a wolf in the start, yeah. But then later, when she got the collar on, she became human. Does that mean in this times little timestamp when she was wolf, she was growing faster? That's the part we don't really know, which is something we need to know if we gotta establish this.
yeah, because actually, she doesn't know if she started as a wolf or a human, but because she says all she knows is that the caretaker got a big old spook.
Mm.
And then after that, she got the magic suppressor thing.
Uh, the question is just has like again is it that she's mainly a human or is she mainly a wolf? Because as you said, we got established that she does when she's in human form, it goes like normal. But
Yeah.
again,
And
if we
recently with the slave collar,
mm,
because those only work on Kydron, so
so
and she
if
was
she can
only
turn into
half
though,
Kydron.
if she goes into that, she will technically also have the biological structure of those, which at when it goes by, if we go by that, she's technically going with the same speed of her, like she's aging at the same speed as normal Gytrans.
Yeah, which is why I asked that.
Yeah. Well, I'm going on with the next one.
Yeah.
What could Rose be? In the few, I think it's the last 3 or 2, I can't exactly remember, comics we got, the Rose was apparently dead.
Yeah. Hold on. If you took a screenshot of that, Rosen,
Yeah.
died at the year 480.
Yeah. She was around 26 years old when she died.
Mhm.
But
Hold on. Let me
it,
grab the page real
since
quick.
mm,
Uh,
from what I could see in the thing, there was her, like, we don't actually see that much of her coffin. So could it be controlled by magic? Her dead body or something like that? I know it doesn't sound very like, yeah, but if her body's being controlled, how the hell is it not decomposed? I believe the word is.
to quote, not long ago, death was your obsession, researching ways to extend life and bring it back. You needed someone to test your work on, and I was all you had left. From Rose to Trace. So she's being kept alive, in quotation marks, by dark magic, assumedly.
Yeah. Then the question is just, is it her? Or is it a clone, basically? Because how can you bring back a dead person?
Oh,
I
another
mean,
thing.
there is magic and all, but there is limitations to what you can do with magic.
Yeah, like that was established like way before. You can't technically bring someone back from dead using dark magic,
Oh,
but it kills the person before it's able to. The
oh.
person casting it.
So, is she a clone or is she herself?
Um, Looking at the page of the big old rose garden thing, um, she doesn't have the red hair that she normally does.
Hmm.
It's brown instead of reddish.
So my guess would be that her memories has gone into this clone of some sort.
I
Because as you just said before, you cannot bring anyone back without them dying.
Yeah. And before, like I said, while we were reading it, I mentioned that it was kind of similar to GLaDOS.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, just looking at this picture of the rose garden, it does kind of look like the GLaDOS chamber. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna send you a screenshot real quick.
Oh god. This has turned into a Portal Fury. Two kinds and Portal connected. Oh hell, it does, yeah.
But yeah, my theory would be that she's kind of like GLaDOS from Portal, where she is basically just, you know,
Yeah,
um, yeah.
I personally would say here she is not alive nor dead. I th- I think she is basically between the two worlds, and the
Suspended
magic.
there by the dark
Yeah,
magic.
yeah, and the magic not letting, like, her trying to go to the light basically, and the magic not letting her, closing the door in front of her. I think personally that's the case here, but I don't. What do you say?
Interesting theory, yeah. Um, could be.
Well, that is definitely something I hope to find out into later comics, because that is really interesting. Now that you go more in depth of it, but then we also go with her being like in the end kind of weird, to be quite fair. Um, is that something with Clovis to do, or is it simply just because she wants revenge or something? Because I know that letting her have no restrictions does maybe trigger this, but before that, she seemed like a good person. Like she wasn't doing anything wrong at all.
Mm-hmm. Um,
So is this maybe Clovis who did this, or is it simply just because she had no restrictions anymore?
I think it's part restrictions and um, remember when there was that dark smoke monster talking to Trace?
Oh yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
was his old self.
Hmm.
Um, um, the same type of thing also spoke here. It said the body has been prepared.
Oh. Then the question goes on: why did he experiment with this? I mean, it's pretty obvious, to be quite fair.
Yeah, to bring Saria back, obviously.
Exactly, exactly. But
And
would he be would he be successful if he got more time?
I don't know.
Personally, personally, I think he would be able to. But there's a big but in the room here, and that's not flawless this time. He might be able to, but it wouldn't be her. As we see here, she is not able to walk around like this. Well, she is able to be there, but we clearly see her being that magic. So it cannot be her being there. It must be a ghost or something like that that can interact with stuff. Because we clearly see she's in there. We clearly see that. Well, I don't think we're gonna get anywhere with this one. Maybe we will continue this one with if we have some more comics, but I think
Yeah.
for now we should let this one be. What is Clovis' plan so far?
Yeah, you said that. You need to explain that to me.
Well, we have had Clovis. So far we found out. Oh, hey, this guy is behind the wolf attacks and blah blah blah. What is his plan with this?
I mean, obviously he wants to gain territory.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's definitely something. Yeah, but why would he exactly? Well, why would he use trace? Like when the wolf attack comes, they're like in the name of trace and basically playing a fucking cult for him.
Fake
Why?
Templar. Yeah.
Yeah, basically. But why did they exactly use trace?
I believe they just use the Templar to try and get the felines to, you know,
Oh
not
yeah,
ally with them.
yeah, haha, like yeah. That would of course be a bad thing for the wolves. So the plan can go in, of course. But then again, we have we did we did see the other wolf getting rescued,
Which
and
wolf?
the guy in the dungeon.
Oh, Brutus.
Yes, I can remember his name. He did get rescued. So will we see him back again, Clovis, or is he just gonna be in? Nah, he's just a character. I don't think
I
so.
I think
Hmm?
Clovis is gonna play a bigger part.
I am as well. We did after all see, and after all, I have read one side comic, and we did see him in one of them, or I don't know if he's in more of them, but
Yeah, just that one for now.
okay.
He got turned into a fucking girl though. That's funny.
Yes, it's the
He's
funniest shit
like,
I've ever
I
seen.
hate women. Uh-oh, I'm a woman now.
It's the funniest shit I've ever seen. But yeah, Clovis is definitely gonna have a very large role in this. He might even be. I mean, he might not be, but he might be one of the main villains because he does definitely have a good arc for it, and he definitely has the motivation for it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Sin.
And remember, the Trace and the gang's ultimate goal is to get to that town.
Oh yeah,
I think, like, after trying to get there, he could interrupt them.
indeed. He might, and after all, they are gonna go through the wolf territory, if I remember correct, or was
Tiger
that the tiger?
territory, I
Tiger
think.
territory. Sorry, my bad. Um,
But what's to stop Clovis from going in there too, you know?
yeah, because we have seen them disguised as Templars, and since that currently we have the Templars trying to allies the Tigers.
And
Um,
I remember Braun, if I remember that correctly, gave him that magic amulet thing or whatever.
what
Can't
magic amulet?
I can't remember what it was. I'll go search it in the pages.
Okay, but as I just said, he did. The humans are currently allying with the Tigers, which, and we have seen them disguised as Templars, so they could essentially just disguise them. And we also see they can use magic, and you could also just use magic disguise to hide that you're a wolf. So they could just come in and be like, "Yeah, I'm a Templar. Hunt that guy down," or something like that, and basically just cause a mega group of assassins just to come after him. Probably not assassins, just mostly normal people, I suppose. But still, the idea
Yeah,
is there. The idea is there.
with enough people, you can get an army.
Exactly. And if they fake it a little bit, haha, if you don't get these guys, we won't be allies or something like that, then
Oof.
they can easily just manipulate them like that.
Yeah.
But then again, time will only show because this is unofficial after all, and we don't know what's gonna happen. This is purely speculating and thinking,
This is
and
just a theory.
a podcast theory. Well, I think we did our questions for today.
Yup.
So this is the first podcast we're doing. I hope everyone enjoyed it. We have a Discord down in the description if you want any news or suggestions to the podcast itself. We are very excited to launch this because we are both pretty good large fans of TwoKinds. I'm fairly new, but I think Pajoshi has known this for a little while more.
Yeah.
Well, Finnegan, thank you so much for watching this podcast. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.